Well, good morning, folks. I'm currently on my way to the airport in Perth, where I will be picking Ryan up, who is right now flying at probably about 35,000 feet, let's say, from Brisbane across to Perth, and I'll pick him up from the airport. And in the morning, after we've stayed at the motel in Perth overnight, we'll take off and we're off to Vietnam for 8 nights. So that's really exciting. And currently now I'm having coffee at Kojonup, just so that we keep the video coffee oriented. It's a lovely day. Well, it's not so lovely. It's been raining since I left Albany and I've been on the road for about 2 hours. And I'm actually just killing time because I'm way too early to pick Ryan up. I've still got about 3 hours to go. So which is why I've stopped and had coffee, and I'll have a little bit of a rest here and then I'll continue on. So I'm going to turn this off and we'll catch up with you soon. I'm dropping you so as I can turn you off. There we go. Well, Ryan and I have arrived at the Great Eastern Motor Lodge. This is the first leg of the journey. So we'll stay here overnight and then we will go to the airport again in the morning and get on our flight to Saigon. So we're over here in room 55. Any of you who are interested, this is the atrium in the Great Eastern Motor Lodge. And here we are at 55. Man's on a phone. This is the room. Well, here we are at the departure area. Ryan is checking out, taking photos for Chloe. Hello, Chloe. And this is moi. And we're heaps early for our flight, so that's good. Well, we're here at the bar because the plane that we're on is coming from Adelaide before it goes to Vietnam, and we're told that it's about half an hour late, so we thought we'll take the opportunity of having a little refreshment. Okay, well, the bus has finally arrived and we will be getting on it soon. It's over an hour, it's going to be an hour late now. So hopefully our little guy at Saigon will understand and wait for that hour. He should be tracking the flight anyway. And here's Ryan delving into his bag. Get everything? Well, we're finally going aboard. Hey mate. Finally. It's 25 minutes later than we would normally have been boarding, I guess, or even longer. So we will be about an hour late getting into Ho Chi Minh.
Máy bay đang lạc thêm nhiên liệu. Vì lý do an toàn, quý khách vui lòng ngồi yên tại chỗ và an toàn, không để người lấy trên lối đi và không sử dụng các thiết bị điện tử. Máy bay đang lạc thêm nhiên liệu. Vì lý do an toàn, quý khách vui lòng ngồi yên tại chỗ và ngồi an toàn, không để hành lý trên lối đi và không sử dụng các thiết bị điện tử.
Say hello to the kids.
Hello to the kids.
must say we've just had a little bit of bad news on this aeroplane. They've actually sold out of the beer. Rian and I were looking forward to having a nice ice cold beer on a 6.5-hour flight, and there ain't no beer. So we're very, very disappointed. Over there, mate. Well, we've arrived at Tonson Nut Airport. That man there is holding our sign. My name is on there. Rian is just about going to get into the shot here. He's making phone calls, and we're waiting for our taxi. And it's absolute pandemonium here. It seems like every plane in the world just arrived at the same time. Anyway, we're here and it's stinking hot, isn't it, mate?
I would say it's stinking hot.
It's hot.
Slightly warm. It's fine if you're not from North Antarctica.
Okay. Well, we've just arrived into our room at the Harmony Hotel, and here we are. It's on the 11th floor. There's Rian there. We've got a complimentary bar. We get an afternoon high tea when we want it. It's got a little fridge, and we'll just go through here to the bathroom. Yeah, it's got a bathroom. It's small, but it'll do. It's fine. So there we are, Harmony Hotel. Here is the view at night time from the 12th floor of the Harmony Hotel. Don't know if this is going to come out very good, but hey, down there is the street. Rosa Z, Apec Hotel and Coco Poco. Well, good morning. We're have just left the Harmony Hotel, and we're going to go to the War Remnants Museum. It's quite hot here this morning, very humid. And we're about to tackle the traffic on the main drive. So we're going to try and cross here when we get a break in the traffic. I'm watching this woman across the road. She might give us the signal. Let's go. Well, we safely negotiated that, mate. I can't remember the name of this park. I'll put it up in the captions when I get home and do some editing. Rian has got hold of my phone, and we're just making our way through the park. Watch for kids riding bikes. Kids' playground over there. Okay, we've arrived at the War Remnants Museum and there's a big tourist bus just pulled up in front of me to block my view. Okay. Please queue to pay for admission. Okay. Okay. What we have here is an F-5A jet fighter. Lightweight jet fighter. Maximum range 2,000 kilometers. Two 20mm M39A3 guns. 280 rounds per gun. Ooh, there's the business end. And this is an A-37B, a fighter bomber manufactured by the Cessna aircraft company. Its maximum range was 2,253 kilometers. It had a 7.62mm gun with 1,500 bullets and 4 bomb ejector racks. Built by Cessna. Good old Cessna. And here's a big baby. Huey. This aeroplane here, propeller, is the A1 Sky Raider. That's a huge big beast. McDonnell Douglas aircraft company made this. 4 20mm cannons, 8 rocket launchers and 15 bombs, up to 454 kg. Whoa, mean. A prop. And this is a picture of Mr. Huang Le-Ka, last man to be guillotined. And these are the tiger cages, as you can see up there from that illustration. They were weaved by interlacing barbed wire around a top of the cage. Placed indoor, had many sizes. to keep from 5 to 7 people. The prisoners could only stoop, they couldn't sit straight up. How barbaric. How barbaric is that? Now this is a groovy piece of artwork because what you're looking at is actually a painting, a 3D painting. And I'm up here on this set of steps, but this is what the cages would have looked like. And the guards would have walked down this path and looked down on the prisoners like so. And to show you, that's actually just a wall. Look. Excellent artwork, that is. Oh, these were called sunbathing rooms, also known as open-air tiger cages, built by the French in 1940. 60 chambers, no ceilings. Sunbathing outdoor confinement rooms where prisoners were forced to strip naked, being exposed to the scorching heat or the cold rain during the day or the freezing fog at night. And there's an iron grill used. The water faced the prisoners to force the prisoners to take their clothes off and rolled over on the iron grill. Many round holes used to cover the runway surface. Because the prisoners were naked, the small hooks on the grill will snatch their hair, peel off their skin and scalp till they bled. Good on you, French. Love yous. Yeah. And this is an enclosed tiger cage, as you can see. I just love the French. Not. And people wonder why Vietnamese people are so nationalistic about their country. Are you surprised? I know there's a lot of propaganda spouted about this particular war, but when you actually see some of the things that were done, I'm hardly surprised that these people finally were able to rise up. These are some of the bombs, or the types of bombs that were dropped during this conflict. This is a picture of some torture devices that were used to re-educate some prisoners. Political prisoners, of course. Cessna aircraft company. Cessna. Good old Cessna aircraft company. Well, we've done the prison thing, now we're going to actually walk into the museum. Before we do that, we have to do the tanks and the Chinook and all the rest of those. CH-47 Chinook. So we have an M48A3 tank. We have an M41 tank, which is 23 tons, 76mm gun with a range of 4.5 kilometres. And then we have probably a Caterpillar bulldozer. We'll have a look at the sign on the front. This of course was for clearing land to make airstrips and do all sorts of other jobs. A D7, yep. I think that was a Caterpillar. 40-ton bulldozer. And an M132A1 flamethrower, amphibious light tank capable of crossing rice fields, uneven ground, waterways, parachuted from an aircraft carrier when needed. It had an M108 flame gun with 200 gallons of fuel and effective range of 137 metres. A machine gun caliber 7.62 M73, and the turret can be moved laterally at an angle of 360 degrees, 60 degrees up and 9 degrees down, so you're not going to escape from that. All the flames. Wonderful. And then we have the howitzer, the famous 105mm howitzer. And then just to up the ante, we increased it to 155mm. A direct support artillery weapon, weight 5,879 kilograms. It could fire 1 round every minute. The maximum range was 14.6 kilometers, and the impact burst was 30 meters in depth, 50 meters wide, and 360 meters of a radius. They were pretty deadly too. And then we're going to move over to that big baby there. Hold your hats. If you thought the 155 howitzer was big, this is an M107 175mm gun, the king of the battlefield, self-propelled artillery piece. It weighed 28,193 kilograms, had a maximum range of 32.6 kilometers, and it could fire 1 round every 2 minutes. The effective area covered by the impact burst was 35 meters deep, 95 meters wide, and it was 520 meters in a radius. It caused numberless destruction in Vietnam. The US Army had 152 of these in Vietnam by 1969, that is 1969. That's a big baby. And then we have a succession of smaller pieces. This is so inconsequential it doesn't even have a name tag, nor does this, and that is obviously the turret off some sort of a tank, and this will be an anti-aircraft gun. Here is the bits, and this is a M140 106mm recoilless rifle with a weight of 210 kilograms and a range of 1.1 kilometers. And they placed that on an M79 tripod, sighted a spotting by a spotting 50 caliber gun bolted to its barrel, and fired a special phosphorus trace bullet. Mounted on a vehicle for ground firing, used against armoured fighting vehicles or hardened positions. Oh, wonderful. And it goes on ad infinitum. And here is a boat they used on the Mekong Delta, complete with a nice little machine gun. Oh yeah, look at that.
M60.
An M60. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan is my resident expert on the ordnance here. This is a sort of a theme room on the history of the war and what happened, and then the negotiations and the ramifications of trying to get out of the war itself. Lots and lots of things to read, too much to take in at the one time, so buy the book. This was the height of the Viet Cong technology. The humble bicycle down the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Okay. Now ask yourself, after you've seen all that ordnance that I've just put on this video, how a nation who rode bicycles and conducted their war like that could beat the might of both the French and the Americans. It shows you the will of people when they set their mind to achieving a goal. Lesson to us all. This, of course, as the name implies, is a room dedicated to the effects of the dreaded Agent Orange. I'm not going to show the close-up pictures, well, hopefully I don't, but they may be in the background. These are the real victims of a lot of these wars, aren't they? Kids. The flag, Agent Orange. Dioxin kills. It certainly does. It also maims and deforms. Some of these images are horrific. In fact, they're all horrific. The pink areas on this map are where they sprayed Agent Orange at least 3 times. And if we look at this one here, the inset there, from Ho Chi Minh right up into the mountains and into Cambodia, they sprayed 3 times at least. Oh, thank you. Well, as the name suggests, this room is dedicated to war crimes. And there's all so much to take in there. Some of the ammunition they use. 20mm cartridges, 12.7 in the middle. Down the bottom, 7.62s. Flare cartridges. AR-15. M79 grenade cartridges and fragmentation shells. Oh, a little bit of destruction in all that lot. And for those who like a bigger bang for their buck, what about some of these? 40mm mortar shells, all mortar shells. Well, there's some big boys, 60mm, and recoilless rifle shells. Wow. This is the Historical Truths exhibition, which is why these people wanted independence and all that sort of stuff. Wow. US weapons used again. Declaration of Independence, Democratic Republic of Vietnam, 1945. This particular hall that we're in is actually dedicated to virtually all the photographers who died in the Vietnam War, and it's absolutely chock-a-block full of photographs dating back from 1954 or so onwards. And this is a montage of all the photographers who died in the what they call the Indochina War. Well, we've done the War Remnant Museum. I'm just standing at a window as we're going to head down some stairs and head towards the Presidential Palace and then back to the hotel, I think. Anyway, okay, so now we're having a coffee in a cafe. A coffee, not a beer, but we'll find beer soon. We've just ordered and Ryan's going to pick it up. Ah, here's the coffee now.